My life had become a waking nightmare. I'd lost my job. Money had run out. With nowhere else to go, I moved into my deceased grandmother's house, foolishly hoping that whatever haunted me wouldn't follow. The house felt suffocating. The air was old, thick with dust that clung to everything: picture frames, shelves, even the worn velvet couch. I spent days trying to clean it, trying to reclaim something of my own. Exhausted, I collapsed in the living room and watched Corbin play quietly with his blocks. He always arranged them with eerie precision, stacking, lining them up obsessively.
Look, Mommy,
he beamed one evening. I looked down. On the carpet, spelled perfectly in block letters, "You never were good enough." The exact words my grandmother used to hiss when I was too scared to sleep. That night, the baby monitor crackled to life. First static. Then a voice, low, male, calm.
"Shoo, go back to sleep,"
said gently, like a father comforting his child. A moment later came a second voice, closer, colder, whispering.
"She can't hear us right now."
My blood turned to ice. My heart thundered. I bolted to Corbin's room and threw the door open, and stopped. Corbin sat up in his crib, one tiny hand lifted, like greeting someone I couldn't see. And on the wall above him, handprints. Bloody. Dozens of them. Some were small like a child's. Others large, adult-sized. One was unmistakably my father's palm. Another mirrored my grandmother's gnarled fingers, but stretched, twisted beyond anything human. Some prints ended in claw-like points, as if they had torn through flesh just to arrive. The ceiling was dripping blood, slow, syrupy threads soaking the crib and forming red pools on the floor. The air smelled like copper and rot. Like something freshly wounded. I grabbed the phone and called the neighbors. My hands shook so badly I nearly dropped it. I didn't even know what I planned to say, just that I couldn't be alone anymore. "Can you come over?" I asked, trying to stay calm. "Something's wrong with the baby's room." There was a long pause. Then, finally, "We'll be right there." When they arrived, I led them upstairs. But the crib was empty. No baby. No toys. Not even the blanket. "He was just here," I whispered, backing away. "I swear, he was right here." They looked at me, confused at first, then gently concerned. The wife placed her hand on my arm. "Are you feeling okay?" I tried to show them the ultrasound photo, but the image flickered and turned to static. He was smiling, I insisted. He said something, about the corner. The husband quietly stepped out and made a call. I don't remember anything after that. I woke in a hospital bed. A nurse stood over me. She said I'd lost the baby at birth. That everything I remembered, the blocks, the laughter, the crib, was imagined. But if that's true, why do I still hear him? Whispering beneath my hospital bed in the same soft voice.
You know that I wasn't supposed to go yet.
Last night, my phone lit up on its own. No apps. No calls. Just the lullaby I used to hum, playing on a loop. Every night now, at exactly 3:33 a.m., it starts. The nurses say they don't hear it. But I do. Clear as ever. And then came a thought that wasn't mine.
Sing the song again. The one you always hummed, before I had a name.
That's when the knocking began. Soft at first. Faint enough to doubt. But each night it grew louder, closer, more insistent. Not from the door. Not from the walls. From underneath the bed. From the place I no longer dared to look. He's taller now. I see him in my dreams, not a baby anymore, but something else. Something watching. Growing. Not in size, but in presence. In shadow. They asked if I wanted help. If I wanted him gone. I said yes. But the truth? I don't want to be alone. Not again. The world is too cold. Not just outside, but inside the people who were supposed to love me. Even the one who gave birth to me, she never cared. I never existed in her life. The nurse told me they contacted my mother. She answered, she said softly, "But she can't come right now." Then she hung up. I didn't ask why. I already knew. And somehow, that hurt more than the voices. More than the blood. More than the fear. That is what truly broke me. Not the horror, but the silence that followed it. It's been 2 nights since I've slept. I'm writing this now because I need someone, anyone, to know I was real. That he was real. My hands won't stop trembling. My reflection blinks before I do. He's there. Behind me. Always smiling. If you're reading this, it might be my last entry. The knocks have stopped. He no longer asks. I think I finally said yes. I hear the footsteps. Soon they'll tag my toe, cover my body, and will me down cold white halls where no one remembers my name. And maybe then, maybe, I'll finally get to hold him.